How about you shave your eyebrows, dude?
No, absolutely not. You put yours on the line first before you start telling other people to share theirs. I've made a lot of things.
I've done a lot of things.
You've just drank a lot of liquids out of various shoes. You have one bet.
I know. I drank out of Finn shoes. I did a bet with Broxer that made him a clown in PGL.
All right, that's fair. That is true. I did like that one. Now, as we enter game 2 here, Picks and Bans, obviously, we got to watch Navi play some games. You hear from Yankos about Navi, but as fun as Navi are, MKOI did win game 1. So the pressure is now on Navi to pull something out, something a little bit spicy. I would love an Aphelios, probably not as a first pick. That seems like a bad choice, but the hover's all right. And instead, first pick, blind pick, Jayce.
That's an interesting one. Adam has had some better adventures on some of these range tops in the top lane. He's actually been performing very well in the laning phase on these champions. I will say, a lot of lockdown junglers are still available that can make life pain for these kind of junglers in the side lane. You have Taliyah. Not only do you have the Pantheon, there's a Vi as well. And it's Elyoya's Vi.
This is in. There's a lot of really good pairings, a lot of really good combos.
It's going to be the Pantheon.
And this is a classic combo. This is one of the easiest kill pressure, point and click with a CC follow-up. You mentioned the Wukong earlier as a champ that you would, hey, be keen to see because of all the junglers. It's one that was kind of left untouched. I do think, though, I'm a little nervous for this Jayce. I'm sure that Adam has busted out the Duolingo. He's hitting him with the constantly but I think you need more grasp of the language if you want to play that this champion. So we'll see. But if this gets no. Okay,
I've got lots of things to say.
All I'm saying is, look at that hair. You see that slick back hair? This is a new man.
No, it doesn't happen. It's an old school from Larssen. It was actually one of the champions he made his name on. Yeah. And I would have a ton of things to say about him if he locked it in.
Instead, the Jayce.
Yeah.
Or the Ryze.
The Ryze.
That one.
I mean, the Jayce is there too.
The
Ryze is for Larssen.
Okay, so, two excellent side laners, good skirmish champions. If the initial damage from the Pantheon isn't enough, perhaps more to come through. And we'll get the pick ban up there. But cool. It is the Rumble locked in. So, really strong top side. I think for MKOI especially, it's really easy to see how their top side will play out. Definitely strong champions on the side of Navi, but less clear, overlapping synergies. And now, unsurprisingly, seeing some AD carry bans come through, perhaps from supports to hit the bench as well.
I do like the Rumble because it gives them a window as well. It says if you're not hitting this Rumble before he hits level 6, then every time you're making a move on him on this top lane, he's just going to equalize the wave, and then your play will be shut down, and then a Pantheon and a Taliyah, they can make a play elsewhere. So it does make it so that if you ever attack topside, if you ever invest resources into the Jayce, you have to be aware that you're putting your bot lane at risk at the same time.
Yeah, and I think that this Taliyah was probably Jojopyun's strongest champion in spring. Looking back at it, it's a super comfortable pick for him overall, and it's one of those champions where he can also, you've mentioned, he can support on the side lanes, he can collapse on the side lanes, and this is something that Jojo was the one getting caught out on the Azir last week versus GX, was caught out a few times in that game 1, but when he's the one who's able to find these roams, the team just looks so comfortable. But Aphelios banned away.
Question is, Lucian goes out of the way here. Ezreal has actually been quite successful for our teams in the ADC. I don't even know if it's dropped a game yet. I at least know it's doing very well. There's the Ezreal ban as well. And I think Supa would have loved that because it's still one of those champions where you can match the poke, the small range that you get from a Ryze. Instead, though, lots of AD carries out of the way. I actually don't know what they would like to default on.
So Xayah a little bit worse. Xayah not so good into the Wukong either. So it is going to be a Corki, a champion we don't see nearly as much. Obviously, usually when the champion is present, it's either super dominant or just entirely fringe. I would call this a fringe pick at this point in the meta, but still a very powerhouse early for sure.
I mean, people love it because it's so easy to get pushed with as well. Like your Valkyrie does so much damage on minion waves. It's nice with the E and the Q as well. And if you need a bot lane that you can roam towards where you're sacking the top side, this might be one of them. But adaptation to come through as well would be nice with a Xayah pick to get rid of a Pantheon joining in, to give yourself that self-peel. Because as we said, if they're investing resources into Jayce, you need a bot lane that can sustain themselves.
Yeah, and unlike game 1, we have a lot less engaged supports banned out. So the Alistar is available here if that's the priority option they want to go for. I think it does make sense against the kind of the incidental all-in damage that comes when you're playing against a Taliyah and a Rumble. Very easy to just die on a lot of these supports if you pick the wrong engage. Does mean a potential weak few early levels, though, and against a Corki, that's pretty rough, especially when the Neeko's still up. I forgot about that champion.
I was just about to mention it, and yeah, I still think that's one of the things where you can pull out a lot of dives. Not only that, Alvaro's team fighting on this champion, immaculate. Love seeing him play it, and I think that's something that you need to keep your eye on.
something that we'll have to track. You mentioned before, attacking the Rumble pre-6, see if that's something that Navi want to go for. How does this bot lane 2v2 work out as well? I think Xayah certainly a little bit better for them than it would have been for MKOI, but when the team falls behind, it's just so, again, how many times have we seen a Pantheon just completely take over a game early on? This is a jungler that I never feel bad when this guy has kills.
That is true, but I still think there's a, like, if Navi gets ahead, like that team composition, it's quite nice to play as well. I think they got really good skirmishing power. I think that they actually have good zone control, playing around the bushes with Jayce, QE from Xayah. It's like, the range is quite low as well on MKOI, right? The Corki, the Taliyah, the Pantheon. So you'll see them coming, either by ultimate from very far away, or in the team fights where the range is not too long.
Something we're gonna have to keep an eye on. I think the big thing is, fair question. Fair question.
You were looking at me a certain way when I said that. What was on your mind?
Oh, I was thinking about, well, I got distracted by science. See, the thing is, the second someone puts like text in front of me in a language I can read, see, my brain just shuts down. Gwen need buff. Gwen does not need a buff.
When is permaban?
Yeah.
Why do you need that champion buffed?
I like that we're like the personal hotline for in-game grievances, though. Here we are, game 2 again. MKOI managing to win game 1 in a very weird game. Let's be honest. They probably
they should have won that.
Navi?
Yeah.
Yeah. But we already have a creative level 1 strat to come through here from the side of Navi. Maybe hoping to punish Myrwn for some over-aggression.
Oh, this is nice, because Adam can now actually force this Rumble up. They're going to wrap in behind him.
It's
he's not even aware of it.
EU top laners in their emo. There he is! He's being punished for his hubris! Myrwn, where's the flash going to go? They're taking their time. They don't want to burn anything. Now he's flashing. He's zooming. He's fine. He does lose flash, though, which is pretty devastating in the early matchup.
So let's see where these junglers are going to put their pathing now, because this is a Rumble without flash against a Jayce that can get pushed, that might get a little bit of resources up towards that top lane. But I like it from MKOI. They've taken clear aggression in the enemy side, and they're going to see if they can just take this away from Thayger.
Blood for blood.
Blood for the blood god.
Okay, well, calm down. There's no kills still.
Good card.
Yeah, it's true. It's weird because you're making a reference within a reference. Because I don't think most people would think of that as a trading card. I think they will think of that in the...
Is that a double entendre?
No, no.
Damn.
No, it's not.
Guess I won't be rapping on these LEC videos.
Yeah, you failed. That was it. You failed. You don't know what a double entendre is, you're out. Anyway, level 1, big thing for me, MKOI bot lane 2v2, feels like it should just be stronger, right? Feels like it should be very easy to take control of the lane. In the previous game, we kind of said the same thing about Navi's composition.
Yeah, I mean, it's Myrwn now.
Sense.
It's completely opposite.
Yeah.
It just goes to the nature of the matchup. And though, I will say, Thayger started his Wolves. He's kept his smite up. He's going to try and contest Elyoya on the red buff. So I'd love to see what's happening there if Elyoya is actually giving it up while they're fighting, because I can see Malrang moving up too.
They're getting cheeky. Wants to use his mid prio and bot prio to just contest a bit more. But of course, Malrang being pulled away means Alvaro and Supa can just play super aggressive. Easy to just pick up that free damage. And I think the struggle for Navi is, like last game, we say, hey, if they snowball early, you can see how this composition is going to play. It's going to look fantastic. The difference is they don't have the Siren and the Jinx. They can't just easily lane swap. They don't have that dominant 2v2. This is going to be a rough early lane.
I mean, it will be, but... Oh, flash forward from Larssen. What's happening here? We've seen this against Jojo before.
Jojopyun, flash in. One more auto. Oh, the level up. They're on the way in. Flash in. One more auto. Oh, that's it.
He does it again! Larssen in the mid. And there's a callback here. You might remember last time Larssen played against Jojo, he TP'd on a minion wave and just died. This time around, he flashes forward.
Game 1.
Something.
Game 1. It's repeating itself. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. I mean, that's a great idea to bring stats up like that. It kind of paints your picture, even though context matter. Jojo.
Yep, they did still lose that game. Jojo might be in trouble.
No flash.
Okay, so what have we learned today?
Junglers are broken.
Level ups, crazy.
Yep.
Junglers, broken. Larssen, new man, different person.
No flash from Elyoya here, or Smite rather.
Force back.
Ooh,
it's big, this brief window. Keep in mind, mid-pro for the first few levels was so in favor of Jojopyun until that all-in. Nice flick, though.
I do just want to tell the story that we missed. It was actually, of course, Elyoya that invaded Thayger. Oh my god, Adam on the top side, Myrwn.
One more auto. Now trying to run. Needs to space perfectly. Scrap shield ready.
It's looking fine. But he's going to wrap around. Is Adam ready for that?
Myrwn's flash is going to be up first.
but it's not up yet.
It's going to be up in like 2 minutes. I don't know why I made that point, but
yeah.
In 2 minutes, Adam better be scared. Anyway, Myrwn should just get the push out.
Adam does have TP if he just wants to.
Elyoya walking in.
Thayger's around the vicinity as well, in the blue side.
I think they're just going to reset here. Happy to have that deal. See what the first back looks like for Myrwn.
But actually, big jungle advantage for Thayger. You were talking about the lanes. I wanted to talk about the junglers. Thayger took Wolves, re-invaded his own jungle where Elyoya was taking the red buff, forced Elyoya out with the help of Malrang, was able to smite away the red buff, had a level advantage, and then tried to use that on Elyoya again on his reds. So it's almost very close for Thayger there to actually get a huge lead in the jungle. So I like the confidence that he's bringing.
I do too. Finds the angle in the mid lane, gets the shutdown in the jungle camp, at least slows Elyoya down, and it's an excellent position to be in because, again, Pantheon is the character that you look at to be super active in the early stages of the game. Of course, post 6, he can get out more to side lanes, he can be more mobile on the map, but the fact that the first gank goes to the side of NAVI and Larssen in their favor.
Elyoya does have flash. Taliyah Pantheon, infamous combo.
Larssen locked up, should just get taken down. Yeah, that's easy peasy. That's why you pick the combo. Point, click, and watch him die. Jojopyun been able to crash that wave, and Larssen no TP either. That's a pretty big swing in the favor.
Thayger did get spotted on that ward. Elyoya is coming down as well. They want to make this a 3v3. HP bar advantage on MKOI.
Clone gonna spot him. Now they're going to be able to walk off. That's pretty good, because if they had been baited into the fight, I think Elyoya would have been pretty happy to pick up a couple kills there. And now they're trying to hold the wave. This is frustrating. They're sticking around.
Oh.
If Elyoya was 6, this would be a death sentence, but he's still just so far away.
But even pushing in this now, like, there's still 3 minions to hold. New minion wave is coming through. Like, you are only doing this in case you needed just a little bit of gold for a specific item. But you're going to have to back at some point. You're going to have to cut your losses.
Definitely will. Pings on Elyoya's jungle pathing. They don't have the info, so it is just a guess from the side of NAVI, but they've been pretty damn accurate so far. Good understanding of where he's going to be. There was a ping down on the Raptors. They decide not to contest it. MKOI holding on to control for now as Larssen will confirm Elyoya's location. And again, at pre-6, as long as you generally know where the Pantheon is, you don't have to be scared.
The swap with Jayce here as well. This is really interesting. This could be scary once this Pantheon reaches level 6. Jayce doesn't do too well as a weak sider, especially not against the Neeko, who has such insane dive setup when she turns into a minion.
Whoa! Oh, Malrang just flashed over! Hit the back! Oh, Myrwn just flashes over a turn! Okay, guys, I know we're losing our mind over a very simple series of things, but this is a sick game mechanically. That's all I have to say.
That's why he's the GOAT. That is why he's the GOAT. He's done that as a jungler as well. He's flashed that bush as a Sinsao on a tri-bush. Don't remember if he got the kill back then either, but that was fun.
Well, good job, Myrwn. They did get his flash in exchange for Malrang. So, overall...
And there's Hex Splash.
Hex Splash.
Malrang, so, you know, worth.
It was pretty positive. Also get the ulti out from Myrwn, so it doesn't look too bad. Alvaro and Supa maybe looking to get a little bit more pressure here as Larssen trying to fire back against Jojo.
So Elyoya's going to have mid prior, he's going to have bot prior, therefore he's invading on Thayger to get as much info as they can. Thayger's still not level 6, Elyoya has hit that, and he might be forced to just give up his jungle here. Malrang moving down as well, this could be a fight in the jungle for bots.
They're waiting. Okay, they know which one is real now, as Elyoya did use an ability. Alvaro revealing himself, Jojopyun with the wall, Elyoya with his ultimate as well, but Malrang is here.
Pink ward dropped.
Jojopyun has to be careful. Nice rock to slow the initial engage. MKOI could use some pressure.
That's nice. That's tempo right there. These are these fights we're talking about. You're making use of the windows that you have. An objective can be a camp. It can be the Raptors. It can be the red buff. It can be Larssen in the mid lane.
Larssen in the mid lane will just barely be able to get out. That is the difference between having the brown bags and not having them. And MKOI now going to look to shift their attention top side. They were able to get a decent amount of pressure in the top lane on the side of NAVI, but Myrwn not at all concerned of the solo Xayah dive.
But I still like the way that they're moving around with the pressure, right? Because normally if a team had just used all their pressure on the bot side, you would probably lose some grubs. That didn't happen. They immediately, after getting that red buff, just moved up as a unit. Alvaro, Jojo, Alvaro, Elyoya, and then you just...
Alvaro.
Say Alvaro's it again, say the name 3 times.
Alvaro pretending to be Elyoya.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel you. Alvaro, though, might be caught out here.
Which one's real?
They've guessed correctly. Malrang. Will be spotted out by the control ward there. Navi in a decent position.
Awesome face rush, gets out of the way.
Navi now pulling back as they lose a lot of space. Supa resetting and moving into the top lane.
Adam chilling down at the bot side. He's going to get plates for this. Question is, how long does MKOI want to stick around for these? No TP on Myrwn just yet. But he is walking now, so he's fine.
Taking a sweet time, mid-prio for now in favor of MKOI. Taking their time on the objective. Again, good lane assignments to get Supa to top wave first. Does make this contest so much easier. And really important to take the grubs away from the Ryze Jayce composition. And side lanes were always going to be a little bit tricky.
Oh, here we go, Thayger.
On going in. Supa with the initial knock-up. Punch is there from Alistar as well. Malrang kind of fits for the final stun. A little bit extra CC. Good flash from Supa. I mean, God, credit to MKOI. They have been on point with that ability. But now, Thayger still moving in. Flick not going to connect on Larssen. He is forced to flash. Followed CC on Alvaro is there. He's forced to flash out as well. A lot of summoners burned. Myrwn and Adam go toe-to-toe in the picture. Follow-up damage, good. Jojo now looking to chase. Hansamdi might be in trouble. Pullback does manage to find the root, but it's not near enough. Pantheon coming from above. Navi need to retreat as quickly as they can. What's the timing on the cooldown? Oh, just a lock-up, the flash, the point click, the Q to finish it.
Nah, this entire early game is such a statement from MKOI. It's like they saw game 1 and said, we have to prove that was a fluke and we can make it work in game 2. Everywhere they go on the map, they are just dominating. The red buff, the grubs, the fight afterwards. Down to the bot side where Adam should actually be getting a lead. He's completely even with Myrwn. This MKOI is just taking over game 2.
This is a little bit more of what we expected. Again, credit to Navi for some of those early game looks. And credit to Malrang for some creative plays. But Navi have been so close. Again, credit to Supa, credit to Myrwn in the previous play on the top side. Good flashes. Really making the difference, and now everyone with a gold lead on the side of MKOI.
Oh, careful. Are we counting minions? In 2025? Yes, we are.
Hansamdi ready. Not going to fall for it. There was a time when your AD carry would say, bro, this is sweet, the game bugged. I got a 4th melee minion.
Extra gold, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And you would sigh and know to yourself that despite the fact that your AD carry's an idiot, you have to baby him or you'll rage.
You're right. You know what? There might even come more of those.
Yeah. Elyoya, good initial damage. Malrang heal for the movement speed. Is forced to flash out. That was just a freebie. Again, Malrang fishing, I don't mind seeing it, but it does feel a bit overeager given that they didn't have any prio on the top side of the map.
No, but it's just, you can see the way that MKOI are moving as a unit. Malrang normally against maybe other teams would just be able to put a ward down and move out, but it's the fact that MKOI is so willing to defend these quadrants of the map that they can force these skirmishes everywhere they go. I think this has been a really entertaining early game by MKOI.
Certainly has. Navi, how do they bounce back? It's difficult when MKOI are playing so clean and when they're doing such a they're doing their due diligence, pushing their vision forward, right? Waiting, hoping to get mid control. But this dragon shouldn't feel too bad. I mean, bot wave and mid wave are even. Mid laners are going top. They're not going to be a part of the fight. And just
Thayger's going to cross map it for the crab.
They might just go for the play on Jojo. We talked about Jojo on side.
Nah, he's fine. He's got ult, he's got flash. If Jojo were to die here, that would be a massive mistake.
It would be a massive mistake. He will back up, which is good news. Well played by MKOI. Know that they're stronger, right? The difference between a Wukong with bits and pieces and a Pantheon with Sundered Sky means even if you had even numbers, I don't think contesting that would be the right choice.
The question is, what are they going to make that next objective here? Red buff spawning in a bit as well, but there's also some resets that are going to have to come through here. Alvaro needs some more wards, but they might just push down into bot side immediately to see if they can force Thayger out after this.
A bit difficult though, as Myrwn, despite a small XP lead, still hard for him to take full control of the wave without eating a lot of damage from Adam. And now we get into that mid game. It's just going to be chill for a little bit. Minute 50 without Herald.
This is where I think this is going to be really interesting to see what MKOI worked on the tempo they've been talking about, right? Like, these are the sort of stages where you want to gain advantages on your enemy anywhere you can, right? Is it a jungle camp? Is it this one side of the map where we just want vision? So that's what I'm going to keep track on for now. And as you can already see, they are in the enemy jungle.
They're pushing line of control forward as Myrwn.
Malrang with the ghost.
Won't be able to get anything in the bottom lane. Supa able to get away from a potential root there. A lot more damage coming out of that Corki, and now it's Larssen the one in trouble. Pantheon on the way in. Larssen, dead man walking. He's fast, but yeah, can't outplay that one. Boy, easy kill on the sideline. Really good punish, recognizing that Malrang, of course, was spotted bot, so easy for them to just force a play topside, and so close to this Herald means they're going to have full vision control on topside as well.
Absolutely. Still, down in the bot side, Myrwn, no equalizer, but should be able to deal with this wave. Malrang is around, but I don't know if 2 people is enough to dive the Rumble. Let's see.
I think the answer is no.
Yeah?
But I like the,
I think that was a good answer.
Yeah, bathing capybara. What a flex.
All right, guys.
Myrwn's emo game. Credit to him. Okay, Malrang. Again, doing a lot of flashy plays. I guess in this case, pun intended, but it just hasn't done much.
No. Certainly not yet, and I'm really struggling to find that avenue as well for Navi.
Yeah, in the previous game, it was like you have Jinx and Larssen is playing a Kali and their backline is weak. Like you could see the angle.
Hold up.
Jojopyun. Ooh, going back in.
That's
Wanted to try and contest the crab.
You're in ultimate, so Larsen's going to be able to walk that one out. Rift Herald, next objective. Pink ward dropped. Crab has been taken, but I don't know if that's going to be enough information for them.
Uh-oh. Larssen stepping too far forward. His team trying to shadow him, but they might be too late. Exit assault for the additional movement speed. Knockup is there. Flick back coming in clutch. Larssen holding on for an extra second, but not nearly enough. Navi, they were on the right side of the map. Still not the right position, though.
Don't know if he forgot his turret had fallen there, but yeah, Larssen definitely out of position. That should just be Rift Herald. I don't know if they can do anything about that.
I mean, TP back from Adam in the bot lane. Now he's just trying to go on. They're really just trying to force these plays. He has a spike coming in from the Yomus, but Myrwn's just walking it off. Another power shock blast.
EQ, come on. Oh.
Sidesteps there.
Thayger on the back.
Has the equalizer, but there's no wave nearby. His wave is pushed out. This is completely psycho. Adam's still going in for it.
Execute.
And down he goes. Not the execute, the burn there. Supa now chasing. And keep in mind, in the meantime, the Herald is still going down. Navi, desperation play. You can see why they'd fish for it. There's no other cross map available to them. At least they get a 1-for-1, but again, we're in the...
yeah, I mean...
We're in the sad time.
We are. Sometimes as a losing team, we say a 1-for-1 can be nice. If you're trading turrets, you're getting objective bounties, but...
Yeah. Not good.
Situation like this here where it's a kill, Rift Herald, and then Larssen down on that top side as well. Yeah,
no,
it's not enough, but it's also just MKOI dominating this one, right? And I think they are so good at taking control of all the areas where they're fighting. They are just kept so much control on the top side, around the Rift Herald, in the enemy jungle. All that vision is going to go down on the bot side now instead. They're going to play around the dragon, and they're going to choke them out of the bot side now instead. So they're just moving around as a unit all the right places.
It's tough. Game 1 felt like there was a lot of parity. They were really punishing MKOI in so many different circumstances. The first few levels in this game, it looked like it might be similar, but Navi not able to maintain the level of performance. Certainly not really set up to do so in Champ Select.
Was Game 1 just a dream?
Did that happen?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
It feels so long ago.
This game more kind of in line with my expectations. A little bit more like when the big kids on the playground offer to trade you Pokemon cards.
Oh yeah, now we're talking.
They're like, oh, your Charizard? That card's terrible. How about the shiny Ponyta? You want a shiny Ponyta? It's so good.
I think I was that guy.
I've been that kid. We've all been that kid, Jimmers. We've all been that kid. And right now, that's Navi. Yeah, they're making bad trade deals. It's not their fault. It's the only one available to them. They're getting lost in the moment.
That brought back so many memories. I got stuck. I was like, damn. If you're listening, kid, like, sorry for that Torterra EX. I got that one time.
Yeah.
You know, they were part of those tin boxes. I was like, damn. I'll give you 2 crowns for that, which is like 50 cents or 2 cents or something like that. I can't remember.
One time when I was living in Portland and I was like really spamming TCGs, there was this kid and his dad came in and we like weren't going to rip the kid off, but he wanted to trade like way too much money for 20 copies of the worst card ever made. His dad was like, he wants to do it.
Hold on. How old are you? Because I was like 12 when I did this.
No. This kid was like 15 with his dad, who was like you know, 40 or something. And me and my friend were like in our 20s. We're like, we're ripping your kid off. Do you want extra cash? He's like, no, he's happy to make the deal. It's just cardboard. I was like, no, you really don't understand. It's not just cardboard. Your son is just giving money away.
So last generational parents like that.
Yeah. No. This generation, they're like playing Pokemon Go with their kids.
I mean, the stock market is the Pokemon cards nowadays, isn't it? Yes.
Charge goes through in the mid lane. Elyoya backing off.
A little bit of a crash there, but
Yeah.
Just didn't want to overcommit.
See, crashes, that's a problem with the normal stock market, not with Pokemon cards. This is not financial advice.
No.
Sorry. Back to the game. MKOI continuing to assert dominance. Larssen, again, on the side lane, you can see in the 1v1s, Adam and Larssen should feel relatively comfortable. Larssen saving his minions, protecting them with his life, which is honorable.
I mean, they'll live for another few 30 seconds, but they'll definitely die.
You wouldn't, when your life is a minute long, you wouldn't 1.5 times your lifespan, bro? Is that not a worthwhile deal?
I'll take it. You sold me.
Next time on cast, we'll hit you with the trolley problem.
Oh,
keep the philosophical debates going.
Get that one for Jack. He lost philosophy. Jojo up against Adam here. No one else is around, so Jojo, is he on vision here? He could overextend his welcome, but the thing is, Navi doesn't know he's alone either.
I also just think that Taliyah, it can be tricky in these fights because your initial burst combo, if you hit the flick, is really, really strong.
Hold up.
But can't fall apart quickly. Jojopyun good reactions, though, to just immediately ult. Now we'll back away. Otacon on the top side. Last game was MKOI. Desperation start on that objective. This time around, I imagine it'll be a little bit more calm and controlled.
I mean, we could get an Otacon sequence as the one we had in game 1. That would be great. That would throw this game, like, it'd make it a bit more exciting, you know?
Yeah, I don't think we're going to get that, though. Larssen running, zooming on the bottom side, but will get cut down. Myrwn will tanked on the tower.
And this is one of those things you can do as MKOI because you are the one driving the game forward, right? And as of right now, all Navi's idea is that we have to make sure we're in a position to contest the Otacon. So they had 3 members up on the top side. Larssen just thinks he can play for himself. Elyoya just goes down as the jungler, and they just kill Larssen. But there's nothing that the rest of Navi can do on the top side because they're so far behind.
Cancel. Elyoya now needs to try and make his way out. Does have the Thunder Sky for a bit of extra healing. Follow-up damage now coming in, raining down with the equalizer, but not enough to keep Elyoya standing. Good collapse from Navi.
Not bad. No dragon on the bot side though, so it's just gonna have to be the kill. No jungle camps up on the bot side either. So yeah.
Again, just the kill, but Jojo gonna take this window of opportunity to set up aggressively here. On the top side of the map, maybe push in and just grab that tier 2. Larssen in a position to respond, but Jojo with the grubs is just gonna knock down this. So again, kill traded for tier 2. Not a good trade deal again. But when you're behind, you know, you cut teams some slack.
It's like a ponytail for a cherry sock.
Yeah, again, yeah. Trading down.
1 minute on this dragon. I think that's just going to be the next point of contest over on the side of MKOI, right? They're just going to move that vision into the bot side in a bit as well. They're going to push out Myrwn on the rumble. And I'm left wondering, what do you do as Navi, right? Because you need to find a member who's just isolated.
Yeah.
But no one of MKOI is really giving them that opportunity.
I mean, Jojo has the ult. He is pushed back off the wall. Malrang with a quick cleanse will be fine, but fine is a generous term. He loses half his HP. Does not have access to ult, so that was much closer than I think he bargained for.
Resets is going to have to come through. Question is, what do they make of this? They see Thayger on the wall.
See him. Get him over the wall on top of it. Down he goes. Oh, frustrating. It was him. Caught in the previous game on the Xayah. Caught once again. MKOI can just start up the Otacon. Furious pings coming in from, I assume, Elyoya as Myrwn moves up as well.
Summoner's Rift has just turned into MKOI's playground. They are running around doing whatever they want to do here. And Thayger just recalling in a spot that most often would have been safe. Spotted on the wall, taken down, and yeah, so will the Otacon be.
And remember, it was the bot side play where they collapsed and got a kill on Elyoya that allowed Jojopyun and Alvaro to push so far forward that he could even place that ward in the first place.
CP's going to have to come through. I think they might be able to walk it up.
Close on the way out. Flash in from Alvaro. They're all starting to burn. Adam trying to follow up. A quick burst down on Alvaro. Might start to turn the fight in their favor, but Elyoya has arrived. Pull back from Hansamdi is good. Malrang likely to fall. Realm Warp there and no CC to stop it, so Navi will make it out.
That was not terrible. That was one of the better ones. They get a dragon, they get a kill. Yes, they lost the Otacon, but they were always going to lose that anyway. Jojo fishing for more. Happy for minion wave. They're going to back off. They're going to take the turret while Navi resets.
Grabbing bot lane tier 1 as well, but as you highlighted, got the Drake. Didn't lose too many. Managed to take out Alvaro in the meantime. Good escape from Hansamdi. Excellent cleanse and the root as well.
And I like the play from Hansamdi, as you highlighted yourself, Drakos, the root afterwards. Cleanse in the beginning. Okay, doesn't really stop the ultimate well. Ultimate was not good, but look at the root. Boom, Elyoya no longer fighting. Larssen, ultimate. Myrwn can't stop that. Out. Okay, there we go. That was the compliments.
There you go.
Nice one.
Moments away from death, but they do live to fight another day.
A great ultimate from Alvaro as well. I think that was so close to them just being able to walk out, but that is just why he's so deadly on that Neeko.
Yeah. And again, now that they picked up the Otacon, it's only further accelerated those XP bars. So level 16 right around the corner for Myrwn and Jojo. Not as important for Jojo, but for Myrwn. Essentially, will have access to the equalizer every single fight he could want it. Also just a disgusting ability in terms of base damage.
It's pretty good.
I think it's like 1,500.
Yeah.
You have to like sit in the thing the entire time, right?
Oh, but Jojo, hold up. Oh, the insect from Adam.
Flashback. Jojopyun, good flick to keep things going. Adam trying to get the fight kicked off, but Jojo's still alive. And Alvaro debating if he can chase. TP now coming in. TP from behind from Malrang. The flanking cow. Little Kobe beat to get things kicked off. It looks like, oh, they're just going to eat him up. That's Malrang trying to escape. He thought he had the angle. He did not.
What flank stake was better, Sven or Malrang?
Malrang. Like better than tastier, or what's the, I'm getting lost in the metaphor now.
That's okay. I'm not going to elaborate. That was all I wanted with that one.
Okay.
Do you have an answer?
No.
That's fine.
That was rough, though. I think a lot of the deep jungle plays have not just been going in the favor of Navi at all today. They just getting, whether it's the TP flanks or the getting caught, it's not a good look. And this is a really tough objective for Navi to contest from blue side. Should be hard for them to approach the pit.
Thayger, though.
Here.
Onto Neeko, doesn't go
caught out. They are going to get the initial kill. Good damage coming through. Adam still standing strong. Supa trying to peel back. Equalizer to give a bit more space to Supa, and they're getting lower and lower. Thayger alive. Larssen trying to get away. Myrwn trying to burn him down. Extra damage, but it's not enough to finish him. In the meantime, Adam coming back over the wall, and down goes Jojo. Malrang with the knockup. They're keeping it going. They're making it happen. Eggs assault. Flash forward. Elyoya running. Feathers. Pull. Back. Shafi with the kill. Myrwn in the sights of Navi.
What is going on? Game 1, Navi with the lead, throws it away before an Elder Dragon. Game 2, MKOI around the Baron, has controlled everything so far, and Navi finds a way.
What happened here? Okay. MKOI start this, but they don't really have any damage on the objective.
Yeah, I mean, Jojo's not even there, right? Myrwn's knocking in, walking off as well, so it's most members of Navi except Malrang, so it's way easier for them to pilot this team fight. The CC doesn't get laid down on one target, Flash is coming out, but Larssen's out of there. That puts Jojopyun in an awful position, and Malrang, with the initial pickup, Flash afterward, hands on D4 and Elyoya, just cleans up the fight. It was just a Navi who was grouped.
Nice.
And an overforce from MKOI.
Look, all I know is that worked out beautifully. Now, Elyoya has to be a little bit more careful. Incredible Baron power play in favor of Navi, only giving them a small gold lead, but they're damn well pleased to see it. And we said they needed to find a way to get ahead. They need to find a way to snowball. If they snowball, this comp gets scary. They did not snowball. Let's be clear. This is the exact opposite of a snowball.
Has not happened.
Has not happened, but there's a lot of snow building up on that mountain, and MKOI just like screamed at it for some reason, and then boom.
It's like if you were hiking on a mountain, you fell down and you turned into a snowball. You're not really a snowball, but kind of feels like it.
It does feel like it. And now MKOI have to be a little bit cautious.
Because honestly, 30 seconds on Just Drake, you have a lead. All of a sudden, this game might go the distance, you know? Like, they're going to take the mid priority here. They're going to force them a little bit into their own jungle. They're going to gather vision. They're moving as a unit. As long as no one from Navi is getting caught isolated, the turns have tabled now. They are the one in control.
The turns have indeed tabled. Of course, some luxury items for the side of MKOI. But Adam getting scary and scary. You can see how much damage the melee combo did in that previous fight. Able to just 75% of Jojopyun's health in the blink of an eye. Similar story for Supa as he was also zoned out of the fight. And now, easy dragon pickup. Okay, we're really far away from Soul for either side, but it would be big for either team. You mentioned Corki Rocket poke. We've got some Jayce poke as well.
Myrwn, no flash. Who's getting in there?
Larssen. Okay, both sides just poking and prodding. Not going to overcommit. Oh, Neeko doing a lot of work to just scout these brushes out. I think any other kind of range support, and you would be much, much more scared of what Navi have at this point in the game.
No, absolutely. But this was nice for Navi. You know, they have the Baron buff, they push out mid-wave, they're just doing the steps like it looks simple, but this is all you need to do in this moment. You stop Jojo from pushing on the top side, and you gained on an objective.
Yeah, you can see Jojo's reticent to walk any further forward. Get caught out here. Advancing now alongside Supa. Rapidly trying to work towards that third item. Hansamdi, 1.2k gold lead. One of the issues we often talk about when we talk about Xayah is there's so many, nice items that she needs. There's so many crit items that synergize so well with her kit. Well, when she has a gold lead, it gets a lot easier to afford those items. Navori, IE.
Hold up, Adam.
Adam, caught in the side. Flick back is there. Got away from the Unraveled Earth initially, though, and is just going to get picked off.
Oh, you hate to see it. That's a Jayce with a 1.5k gold lead. He's one of the big damage dealers that you need to take control as Navi when you want to take space around these zones, right? It's a great pickup from MKOI, but Adam completely out of position, and he needed someone to shadow him there.
Definitely did need someone to shadow him, and again, this is exactly what you mentioned before. It's good as long as you don't get picked on that side lane. Okay.
Yeah.
We're just bullying that frog.
Screw that Grum in particular.
We're just bullying the frog. Fair enough. At this point, however, no major objective on the map, but it does feel like MKOI will once again take control of this topside jungle, set up their vision. This is how they were able to find that pick previously, able to get that out of con.
But to go back to your point around Xayah, because you are right, like most AD carries, they spike on 3 because they get access to LDR, where they have IE, an attack speed item, and that armor penetration item, right? But Xayah is one of those items where she really wants that Flicker Blade for uptime of Ws and the E's, the root, everything in a team fight. So 4 item is usually what you're looking at. You can see that Last Whisper has been finished up by Hansamdi. The moment he gets that LDR, that's where this Xayah will become a lot scarier.
Certainly true. Still has to play carefully, right? Has the ulti, has the cleanse, doesn't have any luxury defensive items. Looks like a Knight's Vow might be coming through for Malrang to maybe make things a little bit easier, but no lifesteal outside of Legend, presumably in runes alongside the Dorans.
Has some coin now as well. You can just wait for Jojo's power spike on that Rabadons. He's momentarily going to take over to level 18 as well, so I think he's just looking for the resources he can get, waiting for the jungle camp to respawn, get his gold. Pantheon W on one target, massive damage is going to land upon them.
And unfortunately, Navi, I think, don't get the benefit of the doubt in these late game situations, right? We have only seen one game from Navi, but we obviously saw in previous, but a lot of games from Rogue. This is a team that, even if you see that good stuff early game, really hasn't been able to convert that into wins, hasn't been able to find the angles in the clutch. So, need to see if this is the game that can change that expectation, if this is the game where they can attack MKOI, where they can get out from underneath the deficit that they were experiencing earlier, as the gold is once again just about dead even. Perhaps it comes from Adam on the side lane here. Could look to all in Myrwn. No defensive items of his own. Elyoya starting to look to the bottom side. Already multiple summoner spells used. Myrwn can't just go gold, and keep in mind, they didn't quite track it. They may have committed. Thayger too far in. Jojopyun off on the side, though, and Larssen's now moving in. He's already burned all of his cooldowns. Larssen's able to free fire, but already their jungler is down. Navi not respecting the semi-globals, not checking for the Zhonya's, it feels like.
Oh, they have 2 members coming down this time around, but there was 3 around from MKOI.
Navi,
Larssen
stepping up, flash forward from Larssen. Supa going in as well. Larssen may have overcommitted. Hansamdi on the way in. Once again, he's going alone, trying to get more space with the flip back. Not quite perfectly timed, but it does not matter. MKOI find another kill. 50 seconds till the Drake. Baron alive and well.
These fights are actually so close. You can see Thayger almost managed to lock Myrwn down, but a clutch Sonya's made it so that after Thayger had flashed, and he was waiting for the second ultimate he had, Myrwn could just flash it, and all of a sudden Wukong's there with no mobility.
No flash, no ulti. Thayger up in 10 seconds. MKOI a bit slow to start the objective here. But should just be able to burn this down. Again, no jungler.
No mid lane either. There's going to be some poke from the Jayce, but that's really all they're working with here. All 5 members from MKOI around.
Initial poke going a little bit wide. Alvaro off on the side with flash, with ulti. Hansamdi has that ulti as well. Adam trying to go in onto him. Ooh, starting to run, and they find the kill. Adam, bloodthirsty, finds the angle. Now they're alive. The Baron not even touched. Malrang starting to back away. Thayger needs to be careful. Adam running for his life on the side, but his eyes on Hansamdi. The Xayah has the damage to make this fight work. Turning things back. The egg is salted, not enough. Adam gonna fall. One more on him. Jojopyun in trouble. Sprinting out. He wants nothing to do with this. It's a bloodbath. But it's 2 for 1 in favor of Navi.
In a 4v5 as well. Jojo's still in the run. Larssen coming out from day base now. Baron has been started up by Thayger and Hansamdi. This might be the second Baron going over to Navi in this game.
Baron, the bane of this MKOI lineup. It looks like they can push themselves to soul point, but again, Adam, the confidence to immediately all in to stop any potential counter engage from Alvaro does make the difference.
And this is a scattered MKOI. This should be simple. You're 5 versus 3 initially. 4th man comes in after. Adam engages. When you have a man deficit, they're just not ready for it. They're not respecting the aggression that Navi is bringing here. And once they're scattered, it's just easy for the rest of Navi to pick them up.
And I think the Xayah really just is the difference here, and not necessarily specifically Hansamdi, but Xayah as a champion. The kit, the ulti means Alvaro can't go first. He needs someone else to go first. And we saw in that previous play, the second he's spotted by Adam, if Adam goes on him, he can't dive into your backline because it doesn't matter. The Xayah will immediately ult and you'll just do nothing.
And it's the setup pieces as well. This Taliyah needs to be with someone where you can just lock down that symbol combo we saw from the start of this game in the mid lane. But they haven't been connected, only on the side lane. But we need to see it around these objectives as well for MKOI to really be able to take advantage of this combo.
Malrang getting flicked back though, decent chunk of damage. Jojopyun hurts. Level 18, the death cap you mentioned before has been completed. Adam starting to build a defensive item. Looks like he's chasing a spell shield here just to maybe stop some of that initial CC or poke. But Navi, advantage in their favor for now. Have to be careful not to overcommit, but one of the awkward things is they don't have the most range when it comes to pressure under tower. Yes, you have a bit of Jayce poke, but they need to push multiple points at the same time, something Jojopyun's responding to by using that ult, attempting to clear out mid.
It's okay. They have all the tools they need here to actually be able to siege these turrets. They have waves bouncing back and forth. Adam on this Jayce is crucial. He just needs to land the EQ. If that happens, slowly but surely, turrets will be taken down. It's going to take some time, but they will fall.
Yeah, armor pen items for both Hansamdi and Adam means those plated steel caps, as powerful as they are, even with the upgrades, can still be chipped away at. MKOI holding the line, and we've been here before.
We have. 3K gold lead was it before, 2.6 now.
Yeah.
But still, massive gold lead for Navi now. Doesn't mean as much in this stage of the late game. What matters is your position now on the map. Navi game 1 was in full control, made a crucial mistake, a simple mistake that cost them that entire game. They've now been granted a second lifeline, a chance of redemption. And MKOI still, the late game beast we know them as. Cannot make a mistake against them.
No, can't afford to. It's difficult for Navi too, again, so hard to match the vision control that Alvaro is bringing to the table. Alvaro can't always threaten the engagement on Hansamdi. You can see just the poke onto Jojopyun. Adam waiting over the wall as well. Some big damage on his Supa, loses 50% of his HP just walking up to the wave. That was the siege you mentioned before. Now the downside is we're still 3 minutes away from next Baron. We're 2 minutes away from what would be Soul for MKOI if they can secure it. Navi not able to generate a greater advantage. Their second Baron likely to just knock down these tier 2s.
The map gets opened up. Right, only inhibitor turret standing at the base of MKOI. They're not going to be the target for now because the Baron's going to run out. And we are going to start looking at this dragon that's going to spawn in 2 minutes. But these next 2 minutes are going to be crucial because you're going to be laying your battle lines. You're going to be laying that vision. You're going to be bouncing the wave to see if you can catch anyone in the side lane, right? This is one of those moments where we saw Adam already die one time on the side lane.
Yeah.
Cannot let that happen now. You're playing against Taliyah, Pantheon. Illegal if that happens, right? It just needs to be clean and simple around these objectives now for either team in terms of gaining control.
Definitely does. And again, it really is MKOI with the tools to collapse on an overextending side laner. Navi have some tools of their own, certainly with Larssen's Realm Warp, but it's just so easy for MKOI if any member of Navi is caught out of position to find that kill, to find that advantage, and turn it into Soul. Again, Supa with the Infernal would be pretty infuriating to play against. Hansamdi, full build now. 3K gold advantage. Bloodthirster coming through. So much harder now for Elyoya to jump in and finish a kill without backup from someone on his team. No longer can just solo zone a character like Xayah out of the fight.
Malrang is going to go back to base, going to replenish his ward. So far, they put a little bit of vision on the top side just to help Larssen push out the waves. You can see there's actually 2 pink wards in there to see if they spot the Taliyah, Rumble, or anyone moving up there, especially the Pantheon, right? So it's just to give them some breathing room. So they actually have a pushing wave in top side. This is nice for Navi. Larssen can now regroup on mid, and they're going to fight for priority here.
Clone used. Alvaro sticking with Elyoya. Shock Blast not hurting too much as it's just the shield from the boots.
Need to clean all division right now.
Myrwn on the flank though. Navi have to be careful about these chokes. Thayger in the back line, finding
No
the blast off
ultimate.
Jojopyun.
Oh, Alvaro.
Alvaro to the back line, immediately going to find 3. Hansamda going up in the air, pulls the feather back immediately, and Alvaro just gets cut down. Elyoya might be in trouble, but it's a perfect flick back on the carries. Elyoya going in! The egg is assault, buying a bit more time. Adam going to find 1. Malrang still living for a bit moment. They have to run. Adam sent packing, 3 down from the side of Navi. The soul will go, but he doesn't care about the Drake. He wants the enemy jungler.
Might not get him, but definitely will get the soul, unless, actually, this could be crucial. Are they killing that dragon? Adam is around. He has vision on that side, I think. He might actually be spotting this. Oh, he went back to lane. Oh, he went back to lane. This could have been sick.
I mean, but come on, still. What a fight, what an initial engage. It felt like there was no way they could play this after Jojo loses flash.
It's just, you go too far forward. You need a ward behind you there. They clear the pink ward, but they don't place new vision. The avenue is paved for Alvaro. Comes in with a fantastic ultimate. Great disengage from Malrang at the same time, but the damage has already been done. Shock come through from Jojo. Everyone's just CC'd, and they just get blown apart.
And the second that you get low, even 50% HP against a Pantheon, it doesn't matter how fed you are as that Xayah, right? Flick uses the Zhonya's to survive. Beautifully played fight by Jojo. Yes, it starts terribly, loses the flash, it's rough, but manages to convert to a really solid fight overall. And now you're playing against Soul.
You are playing against Soul, and that Fed AD carry we wanted to highlight before is now playing with 0 summoner spells. No cleanse, no flash.
And as much as Adam does a lot of damage, doesn't have a lot of health, doesn't have a lot of defensive stats, that poke is gonna hurt.
Definitely will do. But at the same time, they're not playing with their flashes either, right? Like, this is one of those moments where they need to play around with their own range. They need to make sure that they're not the ones making a mistake, but they have been very good once they're in control of power, right? Especially the Siege, we saw that in game 1. Once they got the power back, they are the one who's just dictating the pace.
That they have been. Much better control, again, constant deep vision by leveraging these clones.
But still, this could so easily still go down to Elder, right? Like, if you're not finding these inhibitors with this Baron buff, the game's still gonna drag out. And for now, they're not finding too much damage.
Poke still hurts.
It does.
Jayce poke still hurts a lot.
Still almost full build on that Jayce as well, right? Sitting on that Serratic Dirk, got a ton of armor pen and lethality.
Jojopyun going from the Seekers to the full Zhonya's now. Double Zhonya's on the side of MKOI, single for the side of NAVI.
Larssen takes over to full build now, Rabadon's completed.
Everyone's just trying to push in this wave as best he can. Still a minute left on the Baron, multiple points of pressure, likely just all the tier 2s falling. Again, neither side wants to be the team that gets over-aggressive, makes that big mistake. So much instantaneous CC, the go button, the re-engage from MKOI, a massive threat. And of course, Hansamda can do a lot of work. If you fight into him, if you overcommit, the Xayah can easily just 1v5 the team fight.
Tier 2 falls in the mid lane. Bot lane surely soon to follow. But I don't think they're getting those inhibitors.
Nope. Game's too close.
Not what I expected from today, I'll be honest.
No, neither. And I mean, again, credit to NAVI when they found these angles. Fortunately for them in game 1, so did MKOI. But have kept it much closer than expected. Adam now with the Serpent's Fang.
Yeah, that's all right. How much? We have Sterak shield, W shield from Rumble. Yeah.
Yeah, not too bad.
Alvaro with the Neeko tech with the Frozen Heart. Really funny. You can send the clone in. The clone has Frozen Heart as well. They've reduced the attack speed.
Love that for Hansamda.
Yeah.
His single lone attack speed item, crying sadly in the corner. Lethal tempo.
He's got W, it's fine.
I mean, it's true. There's a big difference, though, to slow down, like lethal tempo fully stacking, if you can find it. And also just going to help him not be one shot more than anything by the Jayce poke.
I mean, you can stack lethal tempo on the clone, right? So it's like...
It's true. So actually, that is awkward. Yeah, does the 20% slow outweigh the fact that you're giving them free lethal tempo stacks?
These are the questions.
We'll put that one up there next to the next to the trolley problem for next time Jack is here. Classic philosophical conundrum. Actually, it's just a math problem, but I like to pretend it's philosophy.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Makes you sound smarter.
Yeah, that's true. You just say it with enough confidence, people will believe you.
So, no Baron. Vision, still fine.
Larssen.
Oh, will they catch him?
It looks like they are. Myrwn caught out. Again, he could go golden, but for what end? Will likely have the cooldown back. Does manage to burn Larssen decently.
Whoa.
Okay. Myrwn.
They're gonna have to back off. They needed to kill him quickly and reset. Now he's just out there losing
now. The entire base is gonna fall apart. Navi thought they had the angle and they might have just thrown the entire game. Jojopyun now looking to collapse. Good poke coming back. Hansamdi clearing the way. Alting. The flick, not quite gonna hit, crucially. Retreat is there. Bot lane now exposed. That tower down. Inhibitor, easier to attack. Didn't cost Navi as much as I expected. Well played by Hansamdi to immediately cut the way, but he loses his cleanse and his ult.
What happened there? They just let him live. They thought he was dead. Both kind of just backed off. Myrwn's shield came through afterwards, and he was just walking out of it. They almost lose their entire base for that. At least they lose the bot side.
I don't know what happened there.
That's another question for Jack.
I like the idea that every time we don't know an answer, we just ask Jack. Just put more pressure on Jack.
You're doing great, Jack.
You're doing great. Or Jankos. We could ask Jankos. Jankos.
True, yeah.
Why Navi not kill, man? Top tribes.
Oh, people not aware what just happened. Jankos just screamed. He doesn't know.
He just screamed, yeah. Thank you, Jankos. I didn't realize we could have a full conversation.
This is lovely. This changes everything.
What, that we can have a full conversation? Larssen. Navi. Okay, Elder is here. This should be the fight to end all fights. Okay, we look at the setup. No cleanse available for Hansamdi. Flash is there. No major flashes except for Myrwn's missing on the side of MKOI, but its ultimate is up and available. Yeah, keep marking Alvaro on the flank. You know where he's coming from. You see where the clones are, so at least you're not going to make the same mistake as before. But now you have to retake, right? You need the Jayce to actually be threatening these bushes, forcing Elyoya away, and that's not happening right now. Alvaro is still just keeping so much control about the Tribus only with his clones. They're so reticent to pull the trigger, and Malrang immediately going to ult, but they're going to burn a bunch of damage on the Pantheon. Adam's now trying to zone Alvaro away. In the meantime, they're getting a bit more poke. Elyoya just lost a lot of life, though. Hansamdi doing some good damage. Larssen isolated, but they can't really follow up. MKOI, I think, are slowly getting chipped away at. This is not the fight, the circumstance they were looking for. Malrang's going to back, and he's going to TP, so he's going to be back into this one in a bit. You want to move your battle lines forward here, but still keep Alvaro in mind on that tri-bush. Ward there. Malrang trying to zone Alvaro away. Jojopyun off on the side. Elyoya ready with the ultimate. When MKOI go, they're going to have to go together. That's Elyoya in the midst of the team. Immediately punted back. I guess it's all buying a bit more time, but Hansamdi is completely untouched. That's likely just Elyoya dead. Gets a little bit extra space. Has the lifeline. Still living. Still alive. Finally dropping down. Elyoya still keeps going. Are you kidding me? Somebody kill that Spartan. MKOI. They're just better. No matter what happens, they just couldn't deal with him. How did he live through all of that? Sterak's Guardian Angel, Sundit's guy, he has everything on his side. They just can't finish the kill. Like, credit to MKOI, but wow. I genuinely thought that fight was going to go that way, but now MKOI still sold, doesn't even care about the Elders. TP's going to come through as well, you're right. Pushing down the mid lane. This could be the moment where a clean 2-0 comes through from MKOI. Incredible stuff. Again, in the final fight, they keep it going. MKOI, back and forth. They gave advantage they didn't need to, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It looks like they're on the road to a 2-0. Oh, yikes. Instant deletion. Malrang up in 5. Equalizer to deny the home guard, just to make sure that no one else can get involved, and now MKOI can take their sweet time. Knock up onto Malrang, no autos, wasted on the Nexus yet, they're finally starting to hit it. Hansamdi stepping forward, but the Nexus goes down. MKOI, not clean, but a 2-0 nonetheless. I was tongue-in-cheek when I was saying that, and I think Navi, surprising glimmers of hope in this series, but at the same time, MKOI as well, questions towards some of these early games, or at least the mid games, or in game 2 here as well. But either way, they still prove that by the end of the day, they are the better team. That they do. Some hope for the side of Navi, but at the end of the day, MKOI, a bounce back, finding that win. You can vote for your Kia player of the series, of course, Myrwn, Elyoya, or Alvaro. All good options.